Hi, I'm Franz, founder of Tillmate, Jamaican entrepreneur. We are upgrading small shops across the region by bringing them from pen and paper to digitized operations. This is Tillmate. Upon logging in, the first thing a user will see is the dashboard, which shows them all of their sales, their data, their stock count, sales summary, all of the data, whether it's 7 days, month, or up to a year across all of their locations. Of course, this is our live WhatsApp community for support. So the first thing a user would do in setting up their account is adding products. So they would come over here and look at product list. It already has some products here. So you would simply select on add product. From here, you can add a product name, for example, the code, the picture, the category in terms of what type of product it is, the brand, product unit, and so on. So the price, the cost, wholesale, everything. Or you can do a bulk import by simply downloading our template or CSV template, adding your information, and then simply importing that. So after you've added all of your products and your stock and your quantity alerts and expiration alerts, you simply come over to staff. Of course, if you're a shop, you will most likely have cashiers. So this is the first place to add your employees. As you can see, there's some already added here. So you simply click on add employee. You add their photograph, their name, address, phone, everything. And you click here, which is, add a user, their username, password. What they'll get is an email. So that email allows them to click on a link and access their account by setting their own password. What that allows is every action on the account, this user will be tagged to it. So if they added a product, a sale, deleted a product, anything, they will be listed as the person that did that. We have other tools over here, but the main piece is this, point of sale. So after you've added a cashier, when they log in, this is the interface they see. They don't actually see the dashboard that we just came from. They only see this based on their role, of course. These would be your featured items, whatever you've added. These can easily be selected here. They pop up over here for sale. You can add a markup, you can add a note, or you can scan the barcode. Once the cursor is here and you scan the barcode, items will automatically pop up over here. Of course, you can remove it, you can increase quantity, add a coupon, and so on. Over here is where you would select payment. So you can select cash. If you're receiving a cash, you can put the cash amount. For example, you're receiving, let's say 15, so you're putting 15,000, complete order. Of course, you will see the change, which is 2,995. You can either print the receipt. So your printer would already be attached to whatever device you're using, whether it's a tablet, a computer, your phone, the receipt would be printed. Or you can simply email the receipt if you're paper free, right? And then you go to new order, which means everything starts fresh. Or if you're integrated with Powertranz, of course, which is what we recommend. Of course, you can select your offline terminal. So if you're tapping a card on like an offline terminal, you select this. This just tells the system that you use your offline terminal. Or if you're integrated with Powertranz, this is where the customer can simply scan the QR code, pay on their phone. And as soon as that payment is made, this whole thing refreshes and the same screen pops up. Print receipt or email receipt or new order. So that's the countdown for them to scan and pay. Again, once they pay, it's automatic. It just refreshes and the payment is locked. Once the sale goes through the system, this is where you'll see everything. As you see, it says today's sales because this is the sale we just did. So the more sales we do, this would, of course, increase at the end of the day, right? And all admins can see the sale list. So no matter where you are, the shop owner, anyone can actually come here and see the full sale. They can see, the location, the name of the cashier, the name of the customer, if a customer's name was added. So all customers are automatically called John Doe. So if a customer's name is added, you'll see them here, the cashier, location, completed sale, paid, and so on. So many other features, of course, but we'll touch on one last one, which is reports. So once you've added everything from sales, your staff, payroll, expenses, everything, you get rich reports over here. So you can see a sales report chart based on location, date, how much was spent. You can get a summary report here, which is basically a report of everything across the system. You can even export reports and location-based supplier, customer reports, everything. And just to touch on one last feature, customers. Cashiers can actually add customers at the point of sale, and all of them will show up here. So all orders, all customers will have like a total history based on how much they've spent, reward points, discounts, and everything. In summary, that's Tillmate.